Now, don't you worry, little girl. You'll hardly feel a thing. Well, that's it, is it? I thought it was supposed to be a caring country. Good grief.
Here we are, Alan. Ever so heavy. I bet there's a lot of money in this one. Alan, why exactly are we collecting all these charity boxes?
Why do you have to know? Isn't it enough that I let you help?
Oh, I know, it's a great privilege, but I have been doing it for 3 days and nights, and I'm getting rather angry.
Look, Piers. It's very simple. It's rather like you. The Secretary of State for Social Services, whoever that is this week, has been asked by the Prime Minister to find out how much money people actually put into these charity boxes.
Why?
Well, because the more money people give to charity, the less taxpayers' money has to be spent on the old and the poor.
Well, that's awfully callous.
Of course it is, Piers. That's why it's Conservative Party policy. Go on, up and the old bugger. Alan Mustard, standing ovation guaranteed. Oh. No, you can't speak to him. No, he's busy. He's shaking some money out of an old age pensioner, if you must know. There's no problem. If there is a problem, we can always cut the pensioner's head off. Look, I'm a busy man. Can I take a message? Well, that's it, is it? That's the message. Yes, I'll give it to him. Good grief. Piers?
Yes?
Your father's dead.
Oh, no, he can't be.
Were you calling me a liar?
Oh, no, sorry, Alan. What was it?
I don't know. What does it matter? He's dead. If he was ill, I would have asked, but a stiff's a stiff and I'm a busy man.
I was only talking to you the other day. I promised to go down and see him next week.
Well, you have to go down a lot further if you want to see him now, don't you? Well, Piers, perhaps the thought of seeing you next week threw him into a deep depression and he topped himself.
Oh, this is awful. Oh, Daddy, what's going to happen to Mummy?
Hello, Ahmed, it's Alan. Listen, Ahmed. Listen, Ahmed. Hold on, will you? Piers. It was only a joke.
Oh, really?
No, not really. He's dead, all right.
What we are seeing today is a further attack by this government on the welfare state.
Well, here.
Old age homes will be forced to close and the residents thrown onto the streets to beg for charity.
And clearly the spokesperson for the campaign to abolish femininity resents having to put her own hand in her own pocket to help the less well-off.
Either the honourable gentleman has not been listening or he's not understood a word of what I've been saying. I do not denigrate the idea of people providing for their old age. I hope that many people will
What's
be
all
able
this?
to earn enough.
Made you captain, have they?
Alan, my father's just died, remember?
Stop wallowing in it, Piers. He died last week, for Christ's sake.
Sorry about the old man, Sir Piers. We were at Charterhouse together. Damn fine fact.
What do you mean, Sir Piers?
Oh, yes, I've inherited the baronetcy. And 25,000 acres and 2 stately homes with some nice pictures and statues and furniture and things. It was 3 stately homes, but Mummy accidentally burned one of them down last week while she was making a cup of tea.
Oh, how sad. And what a pity she didn't let you know in advance she was going to do it. I mean, think of the money you could have saved on your father's crematorium fees.
Alan!
Mr. Fletcher Dervish.
Speaky wants you.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, before the Minister winds up, I must protest about this terrible clause. My own mother is old and frail, and were I not now very rich indeed, she would be facing this same awful fate. I am a loyal member of the Conservative Party, but nonetheless I say that no gentleman could vote for such a clause. It just isn't fair.
Mr. Speaker, as Shadow Minister for Social Security, I thank Sir Piers for that unexpected and unusually eloquent plea.
Unusually eloquent is right. I demand a dope test. And I also demand the right to refute Sir Piers' wretchedly sentimental spewing. I mean, who, after all, are the old? They're simply people, like us, but people who have had longer to work, to earn and to save. Who then, Mr. Speaker, who then are the pathetic creatures who would be evicted from their old age homes by my new clause? They must be none other than the lazy, the feckless, and the stupid.
Order!
Who, when they have the chance to put a little money by for their old age, simply decided to blow it all on bingo and dog racing and ghastly holidays in Blackpool. Speaker, when these dissolute proles were wandering the countryside wearing their kiss-me-quick hats and singing, "Oh, I do so love to be beside my seaside," they should have considered how they'd look after themselves in their old age. No. Once again, they expect us, the enterprising, overtaxed minority, to bail them out. Well, I say no, Mr. Speaker. I say no. I say enough. In fact, we shouldn't just reduce the Social Security handouts to these dodderers. We should cut off all payments forthwith. Yes, make them live with their families like they did in the good old days.
Clause, as amended by Mr. Bastard, is expected to lead to hundreds of old age homes closing. Indeed, many such establishments have started evicting their residents in anticipation. In London, police are closing in on the perpetrator of a series of mysterious thefts of charity boxes from outside high street shops. Scotland Yard has issued a photograph of a man.
Help, Alan! No, we've been rumbled. Hide everything. There's a policeman chasing you.
Idiot, Pierce! Clear everything, clear everything.
Good evening, Mr. Bastard.
Evening, officer.
Sir Piers. You hear the news about the mysterious theft of charity boxes?
Yes. Extraordinary coincidence. Wallet, Piers. Officer, I believe this is yours.
Oh, well, it certainly looks just like the one I lost the other day.
Another amazing coincidence. Will there be anything else?
Yes, I've got Mrs. Bastard waiting to see you, but I thought I'd better check first in case you were busy.
Very thoughtful, officer. Have another one?
Oh, don't mind if I do. Shall I show her in? Only she's making a bit of a stink.
By all means, by all means. Got him. All right, Sarah. What do you want now?
Hello, Alan. Haven't you got a kiss for your old mum, then?
I haven't got a mother.
Everybody has a mother. That's where babies come from.
Oh, no. Alan was Grace Kelly's love child with Sammy Davis Jr.
Frank Sinatra!
Well, then why have I got his birth certificate and all these lovely family photographs? This is me and Alan at Bridlington in 1963. Alan was 7 then, Sir Piers. You can see he's just wet himself.
Who's that pretty chubby girl biting the policeman's leg?
That's Alan. Outside the magistrate's court after he'd been fined for selling Beatles wigs to his school chums. They were made of uncured yak's hair, you see. And 3 of his little playmates came down with anthrax.
Oh, dear.
And died.
Oh, dear. Well, aren't there any photos of Alan's father?
Well, not so much photos, more of a short list.
Mother?
There you are, you see, he admits it now.
You promised to stay out of my life. I paid you £1,000 10 years ago and you signed this contract.
Well, you had a gun to my head.
A gun?
Figure of speech.
With a silencer.
Look, what do you want, you disgusting old ratbag?
Don't talk to your mummy like that. She can't help the way she smells.
All I want is to live with you, dear, like your new law says.
Not a chance. We're on mains drainage. We don't need a walking cesspit. This morning.
So you're saying that you won't take your own mother in?
Yes, I am. I have got the Duke and Duchess of York coming round for dinner. It's taken a year to get them round. And if you think I'm letting them set eyes on you, you've got another thing coming.
Well, I suppose I shall just have to walk the streets and sleep rough.
That's it, you're getting the general idea.
The clothes will probably kill me.
Better and better.
They'll find my pathetic little corpse and it'll be in all the newspapers. Millionaire politician's mother dies in gutter, and he'll probably have to go to prison for breaking his own law.
All right, Mother, you can stay. You can come and live with us until the day you die. Or next Sunday, whichever suits.
Oh, did you hear that? Veiled threats appears. I bet you don't threaten your mother. I'm frightened to go home with him now. He'll murder me.
Oh, surely not.
Oh, he tried before when he was 7.
As I told the police at the time, I left that roller skate at the top of the stairs by accident.
And what about the bathroom acid at the bottom of the stairs?
Don't you worry, Mrs. Bastard. I'll come home with you and Alan and make sure you come to no harm. Some people just do not deserve a mummy.
Ready? Where do I sign up?
But look at her, she's frightened. Have you seen her teeth? They're green. And she smells like a council house. I think she's infested with head.
Sarah, I realise she's disgusting. She is my mother.
We'll have to have the whole place disinfected and redecorated.
How can you speak like that in front of her? She's just a poor old lady who's fallen on hard times.
Unfortunately, from an insufficient height.
Sarah, dear, would you help me change my dressings? Only my leg ulcers are a bit weepy today.
Oh, God, not the leg ulcers. Oh, great, she's wet the sofa.
Oh, get out of my house, you disgusting old bag. What are we going to do when Andy and Fergie get here? Oh, God, I feel sick.
Sarah?
Yeah?
You're sitting in it.
This is all your fault. You told me your mother had been killed in some tragic accident.
And she will be, don't worry, I know people. She'll be walking along and suddenly an enormous truck will accidentally run her over, then accidentally run back over a few times just to make sure.
That's a disgusting thing to suggest.
I realise that, Piers, but don't worry, I'll pay whoever does it sufficiently to have his truck thoroughly fumigated afterwards.
If she's your mother, she must be susceptible to bribery. Perhaps we can buy her off. Old bag, how much do thou want?
All I want is to spend my twilight days with my son and my beautiful daughter-in-law.
What are we going to
Look,
do?
you'll just have to phone up the palace and cancel. Tell them there's been a sudden outbreak of leprosy or republicanism or something.
Oh, too late! They're here! They're here! Oh, doesn't she look radiant?
She? That's impossible.
Oh, God, it's them, all right. Who else drives a Rolls-Royce with fairy dice hanging from the rearview mirror?
Sarah, I had a little accident over the souffle.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so terribly
Your Royal Highnesses. The agency did assure me she was a really top-class waitress.
Mom, sir.
I'm sorry. You will be sure and send us the dry cleaning bill, won't you?
Slut.
I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. Don't worry, Mrs. Bastard. He's in the Royal Navy. He must be used to getting cream down his trousers.
Get out, Piers.
No, Alan. I promise to protect your mummy. On the honour of the Fletcher Dervishes, nothing will deflect me from that duty.
Get out, Piers.
On the other hand...
Dinner went rather well, I thought.
Rather well, you poured an entire bottle of champagne down Fergie's cleavage.
There was room for it.
And then you started cutting your toenails with the grape scissors.
Do you think they noticed?
I'm going to kill you right now. Oh, Jesus!
Don't be so silly. You squalid little snot-nose.
Hello, there's the mummy I know and love. What are you playing at? You're not really poverty-stricken. You're far too clever. What's going on?
Alan, dear.
Yes?
Have you heard of Twilight Towers?
Of course. Twilight Towers is the biggest old-age home in the country, outside the House of Lords.
I own it.
Well, then what's the problem? You must be making a packet.
I was, until your meddlesome, stupid little clause came along. Now it's going to cost me $250,000 a year, and that's what I want to disappear from your life.
$250,000.
Or else I shall have to live with my beloved son forever, and as I'm only 57...
Well, I would love to help you, Mummy dear. But unfortunately, I'm cash poor right now.
Not my problem, Alan.
I was just helping out my old mate.
$250,000 or me forever. Your choice.
But prison. Is there anything I can do or say, Inspector?
Oh, sorry, officers. If you're beating him up, I'll come back later.
Oh, no. Don't go, Alan. You have to help me.
Piers, I have tried to help you. I told you to seek psychiatric treatment about your decapitation obsession. I'm just glad the good old policeman caught you before you sent on to real cripple.
No, they're not here about the charity boxes, Alan.
What charity boxes?
We're here because Piers' mother has had another unfortunate accident with a box of matches.
A blowtorch and a stately home.
Oh, good.
Good heavens! How awful.
2 down, 1 to go, eh, Piers?
They're going to put her in prison, Alan. She's an old lady. It'll kill her.
Oh, dear. Checkbook, Piers. I wonder how much it would cost to extricate her from such a fate.
I don't know about you, George, but I really like the look of the new Jaguar.
Always fancied a little place in the Algarve myself.
I see. So, 30 thou apiece sufficient?
Sounds fair enough.
All right. Just sign here, Piers.
Address on the back. But you'd better make sure the old loony doesn't burn anything else down. Next time, it may not just be servants who get torched. And then, we really have to take it seriously.
Thank you, officers. Another job well done. And I'll see you in the lodge next Tuesday, Grandmaster.
Oh, thank you, Alan.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Fingers, Piers. Fingers. You don't kiss Alan. Say thank you, Piers.
Thank you, Piers. Oh, dear. What am I going to do, Alan? Mummy's always had this thing about fire. During the war, she was in the Devices Auxiliary Fire Brigade before they realised 17 buildings had burned down. There'd never been an air raid.
Well, why don't you ask her to come and live with you? You're all in favour of decrepit old farts moving in on their unsuspecting son-in-laws, aren't you?
Oh, no, she can never live with us, Alan. We're thatched.
It is a problem, isn't it, old mate? Well, you'll just have to face reality, Piers. You'll just have to find a nice, secure place where she can live out her declining years in comfort.
Oh, no, I can never put her in a home.
But I'm not talking about a home. I'm talking about the home. I'm talking about Twilight Towers. The most luxurious old folks' home in the country. I mean, look at it. Landscape gardens, antique furniture, fire doors and sprinklers everywhere you look.
It does look good, Alan.
Looks good. It looks perfect, Piers. It's not going to be cheap, though, I have to warn you, and there is a hell of a waiting list.
Oh, no, we've got to get her in quickly before she burns somebody else down.
I've got it. Thank you. I've got... Why don't you make an endowment to the home? Say, £250,000? No, on the safe side, we'll say £300,000. That should pay for her to jump the queue. They'd probably even name a wing after her.
Oh, she'd be so happy.
Yes, they could call it the Loopy Old Pyromaniac's wing.
Oh, no. They can never do that.
Why not?
Well, you'd never fit all that on one of those little ploughs.
Just get your checkbook, Piers.
I have never understood why you've never tried to kill him. I mean, there's some wonderful poisons on the market. I know, because some of my residents do linger on, and I need the room.
Isn't poison terribly painful?
Only for the victim. You won't feel a thing.
I never do with Alan.
Oh, I do sympathise. He was underendowed as a child. We weren't sure what sex he was until he was 15.
So what we need is a really big bag of weed killer. Kill off all the weeds in the garden, Burial.
Well, here you are, you repulsive old rat bag. £250,000 in used notes. Yours if you promise never to darken my sheets again.
Sarah, taxi, dear.
Certainly,
Well,
Burial.
do you promise?
Well, let's put it this way. I will stay out of your life as long as Twilight Towers continues to tick over. And speaking of ticking over, there seems to be a high-explosive device in this case.
There it is. I've been looking for that everywhere.
Taxi's on its way.
Well, is it all there?
Seems to be.
Splendid. In that case, I'll say goodbye forever, Mummy. I won't pretend it's been nice knowing you.
Likewise.
But just to show there's no hard feelings, I've found you a brand new, very rich resident.
It's probably Margaret Thatcher.
It's actually Piers' mother, the Dowager Lady Fletcher.
Oh, Dowager, really?
She's charming.
The poor woman is absolutely devastated by the death of her husband. She really needs professional care and attention. but you'll just have to do your best.
Well, I've always wanted to have the gentry sleeping between my rubber sheets.
Rubber sheets, my favourite. I'll just get your things.
What's in it for you?
Nothing. No. Naturally, Piers did pay me a modest introduction fee.
Of course.
One thing about the Dowager, though, Mummy. She is very old-fashioned. You know how they are, these blue bloods. Hate anything modern. Apparently, she particularly detests central heating.
Well, that's all right. We can put her to sleep in the oak room. There's a real live working coal fire in there.
Splendid. Lots of genuine oak panelling.
Oh, of course.
Wonderful. That should go up nice, go down very nicely. Well, goodbye, Mummy.
Goodbye, Alan.
Your taxi's here.
Mummy's going now.
You bet she's going. Hello, Piers. It's me. Piers, are you in bed? It's 6:30. Piers, you sex machine. Anyway, spit it out and concentrate. Now listen, it's all arranged for Twilight Towers. Yeah, the old bat can move in first thing tomorrow morning. Listen, Piers, did she get the lovely nightie I sent her? Good, because we want her to be pretty in her new home, don't we? No, I've no idea why it smells of paraffin. Probably just impregnated to get rid of moths and other pests. All right, Piers, off you go. Back to your rudder. Bye-bye, Piers. Bye-bye, Mummy.